Here we go. Another PR. 230 kilograms. Oh my goodness. I got to 200 kilos today and I really didn't think 230 was going to go for me today. 200 felt slow, and after it I felt jelly legs and I was like, oh my God, maybe I should have done this tomorrow. Tomorrow I've got a busy day. Tomorrow is probably the better of the 2 days in terms of if I had a clear coast and I didn't have any responsibilities outside the gym. It makes sense to prolong the recovery for another day. I'm not sore today, which is the first day that I'm not sore since the leg day. But tomorrow I know, I don't have work tomorrow, but I know I've got a whole bunch of kid stuff to do, run around. And sometimes it's funny how it works, man. Sometimes you get more tired being at home and doing all of these chores and things that you have to do for the family than actually going to work and working. You get mentally drained, all of that stuff. Going to basketball training tomorrow, carrying the 2-year-old in my arms all day, he'll probably want to sleep at some point. And I know it sounds crazy, but, holding a 2-year-old in your arms for like an hour and a half is freaking hard work, man. It demolishes your traps, your biceps. And so for me to come back after all of that and put up a fight with 230, I was like, I don't know, man. Maybe today's the better day. But today's the warm-ups kind of felt, I'm just sleepy, man. I'm sleepy. I'm kind of lethargic. And I thought, screw it. Let me get into it. So I got to 160, 180, 200. And when I hit 200, I was like, oh, dude, I'm not comfortable with this at all. I felt like there was a sticking point with 200. Why is there a sticking point at 200 if I'm going to go for 230? What's the 230 going to be? But sometimes you approach these warm-up sets and you don't give them your everything. And you try to kind of coast through them. And if you coast through, some of these weights that are 80% plus up, they can catch you. And if you don't, attack the hole really, really, aggressively, and then you come out really slow, then you got to really work hard to get out of that sticking point. And that kind of happened to me with 200. And I racked and I was like, oh, God. And I started feeling lethargic, even more drained. And oh, my God, this is not going to work. But I'm not going to waste all of these sets from, 160 onwards. Usually I stop my days at 160, but on days that I PR'd, then I go 180 or 200. And I thought, I'm not going to just waste this. Let me just put 230 on and give it a go. And obviously, then I start walking around the gym. I'm kind of like psyching myself up, saying all sorts of things to myself. And then I must have woken myself up because that 230 felt kind of like the 200 did. And it's really weird to say it this way, but, unstimulated, unaggressive, calm lifting, slow lifting at 200 kilos is the same feeling as when I attack a 230. It just goes to show you your intention with weights, your aggression with weights, your belief in weights. It goes a long way, man. This whole thing, there's so much mentality when it comes to this. I unracked it, and I keep going back to this, man. You guys are probably sick and tired of me hearing this, but telling you this, but I've been saying this ever since I started knocking these PRs, weekly. I can't, describe this enough, and it's so confidence inspiring to unrack a weight and have belief. I don't know how many times in the past, just mucking around, I would unrack 220 kilos. This is kind of when I did 210 and 212 and 250, and I would unrack 220, whatever, in some of these months, occasionally, and I'm like, damn it, that feels heavy. Literally, I feel like my traps are getting squashed into paste. And I'm like, how the hell am I supposed to squat this when my freaking upper back is copying it so badly that I have no belief? But this thing felt good. Like I could stand there all day. Here it is. See how this one is, it's slow. It's slow down. I mean, it's 230. I'm getting nearer and nearer to my 100% absolute maximum. They're slowing down, as you'd expect. But there was no caving of the back. There was no caving. There was no ugly things that I saw there. Yeah, the weight stopped. Of course, it's going to stop. But I just kind of persisted to it. And some of this lethargy that I'm feeling is probably, I probably should be squatting tomorrow. Like I should have done this tomorrow. I probably would have moved a little bit better with it. But like it wasn't ugly. This is the thing. Like now I'm sitting in the car and I feel very, very drained. Actually, this started happening ever since I started hitting these PRs like 222 and up and above. After I hit these days, after I hit this rep, I don't know what it is, man. I don't think I've felt this in a long time. I feel like just this drainage. I feel so drained right now. I literally feel like I could go to sleep. Whereas in the past, I would hit PRs and I wouldn't feel this drainage. So now that I'm getting up and up in weight, I'm feeling like really, really lethargic and drained. I started off lethargic as it is, but now I'm really feeling drained. And we have to go out now. We've got dinner to go to and stuff. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to fall asleep at the table. Like I'm really, really tired. I worked, in the morning. I woke up at 6 and went to work and all the rest of it. But like I'm just feeling really drained. And I don't know how much of this is actually the weights are getting heavier and it's just sheer weight on me. I don't know. And that's kind of when I started thinking, okay, I'm going to hit the PR, have a day off. Like as in, I don't want to hit a PR. Like for instance, today, like if today was Sunday and not Saturday, Monday I would hit back and I'm like, well, what if I have this fatigue on from the PR, from the heavy squat? So then I've been thinking, okay, let me hit the PR on a Saturday. Sunday I take it really easy. And then Monday, which is a crucial moment for me in this whole run, hitting upper back with some, relativity of freshness. Like you don't want to be doing a back day when you're sluggish. Like right now, if you ask me to do a back day, it would be terrible. I have no spice. I have no spark. I'm just so flat right now. I'm like drained, and I've been drained all day today. But if I did this tomorrow and then have that fatigue going into Monday, it would be terrible. Especially working Monday and coming back home like 3 or 4 o'clock. And then, trying to spark up for a deadlift and then a lot of rowing. It's so freaking tiring, man. Part of me is thinking maybe I should, instead of running like with 7-day, split or a 7-day kind of plan, maybe I should go into 8 or 9 days. I don't know. I'll have to think about this because right now, like the last 2 weeks, I feel like this fatigue is getting more and more on me. Like today I've come in and I'm like, oh my God, I'm not even 100%. And I'm attacking this and I'm kind of feeling guilty. But then tomorrow I've got things on, like I've got life, it's not just I can't lay in bed and chill all day and then do this. So really I should be getting more sleep and stuff. I've been trying to eat as much as possible, but a lot goes into it. So I'm kind of starting to feel like I felt last year with the deadlift PRs. I'm getting kind of flatter and flatter as the weeks go on. And then this has been a very long peak. But I'm getting flatter and flatter. And I'm like, damn. 230, I'm happy that I hit 230. Don't get me wrong. But I'm like, oh, God. So there's an expectation I'm going to hit 232 next week. So I'm going to try and do something, maybe, swap some days around. Maybe do an 8-day, spread of the week instead of in a 7-day. Maybe I'll do something, but I took a gamble today to try and hit this PR and it worked, but it almost didn't. Maybe if I got better sleep last night, I don't know. All of these things are on the fly and you're adjusting as you go along and you're wondering, okay, should I have gone to bed sleep yesterday a little bit earlier? How did work day go? What did I eat? Like nonstop, like your mind's running. And I don't think we should be locked into these, prefabricated, predetermined, okay, on Saturdays we hit PRs. Why? Well, for me, why is because Saturdays are a little bit better than Sundays. Sundays are busier. Sunday's the family day. We're going to go over there. I might drink a beer at my parents' house. Well, what am I supposed to do? Not drink a beer, come home, and then prep for a PR? No. Like, I'm not going to be able to do it in the morning because we got things on in the morning. So then I'll be at my parents' house. Well, refuse a beer because I've got a PR to hit. Nah, man. Like, Sunday's family day. So I have to do it Saturday. But Saturday is really close to Tuesday. Tuesday is my leg day. You see how all of this starts happening? Like, you got to plan all this shit out. And I'm like, God damn, maybe I shouldn't drink beer. But then, or I don't want to be that guy. Like, I'm only squatting 230, not 430. I'm not hitting world records here. And so you're kind of balancing all these things. Sundays are also great days to go for a bike ride, at some point in the day. Should I go for a bike ride, come home with jelly legs and then freaking hit, like, you know what I mean? Like, so much goes on. So, like, I plan my training, not just what I really want to do, but also what the family's doing. Well, what are the other requirements that we have to do throughout the week? And so I'm trying to pop training in where I can. And Saturday is probably the best this week, but I wish it was a little longer. I wish the week was 9 days long so I can get a few more days in recovery. Anyway, appreciate you guys like always, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.